Hello, everyone, from the farms of Delaware. It's the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, back after a very long wait. We have not done a Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Show since November. It is always an honor to be back with you guys. It's the first show we're doing since Jump Festa, especially going to be in a new format. Dak is going to be our co-host, and we have a special guest that will be on with us throughout the evening. Jake Goes Online. You know him, you love him. He's been around the channel a lot, and we are going to be doing a live call-in section, so there will be a lot of people that are going to be calling into the show throughout the night. We'll be taking any donations, super chats we get. Of course, those are always appreciated, but never expected in any sort of way. I am just so grateful that you are all here with me tonight on a beautiful Wednesday night. And I want to cover some pretty big news. I mean, it's in the title. I have not made a video on it because I wanted to let my thoughts kind of simmer on it. And that's kind of why I have not really commented on it at all. But I do want to kind of discuss what has happened over the last week and what that might mean for Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. And of course, everything is in relation to Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime here. I've already got the stupid Jump Festa clock back up, which, by the way, 316 days. I mean, 365 days was, the full year. We've already made a pretty big indent. I don't want to start freaking people out. Time's moving too fast. I agree with you. But we've already made a pretty big indent into 2026's wait for Jump Festa. But Konami Animation, for those that may have missed it, there was a pretty big announcement. And that announcement is that starting in October of 2026, they will be the studio animating the new Nia Liston, the Merciless Maiden manga. I don't know if it's a manga or a light novel, but this is going to be an anime starting in October, an in-house anime that Konami Animation will be doing. And that news came out last week. Now, this goes along, of course, with the Suikoden anime that we are still waiting for that anime to start. We do know that it is going to start in 2026. Now, a big note with Suikoden is that is a Konami property. That's not like, Nia Liston is not a Konami property. This is a Konami property. And this was something that we knew they were going to be doing. An in-house anime. Again, we don't know when exactly this is going to be starting. But I kind of thought about it. I've taken a little bit of a week to think about it. And here's my big takeaway from this news regarding Konami Animation. I think the big thing is a big question that we have wondered has been answered. And what do I mean by that? Since Konami Animation has been conceived, since it's been formally announced, since they've started doing the short animated series with the Chronicles, many people, including people on this show, I mean, shout out to Dredger, many people have consistently said, are Konami Animation currently capable of doing a full anime? And it was a very fair question, because starting in April of last year, the only thing that they were doing was 5 to 6 minutes a month, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles. And the thought around that was, well, they're a new studio. They're not capable right now of doing full-length projects, and that's why at the moment we don't have any full-length projects from them. Well, that question, I believe it was a fair question. That question's been answered. We have Suikoden that is going to start at some point in 2026. We now get the news that Nia Liston, the Merciless Maiden, a new anime, is going to be starting in later 2026. By the end of 2026, there is a very real possibility that Konami Animation is going to be doing 2 simultaneous full-length weekly anime. Now, I say weekly. I don't think these are going to be 52 episodes a year, but I do think they're going to be, 12, 13 episodes, 25, 26 episode seasons. And, we've talked about how we'd be okay at this point with Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime being seasonal. So I think now the question becomes a little scarier, right? The initial question of, is the studio capable and do they have the manpower right now of doing an anime is, I think, a lot more digestible than what the question has now become in the wake of the Nia Liston news and, of course, in the wake of the Suikoden anime that's going to be starting later this year. And that new question is, do they want to? Do they want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime? And I think that is a much scarier question than are they able to? Because I don't think you can ask that question anymore. I think they're clearly able to. They're doing in their own property in Suikoden anime, and they're doing an outside property in Nia Liston, and both of those are probably going to be running simultaneously. So the question becomes a much more scarier question. Do they want to do a Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime? And I really don't know the answer to that. But by the way, you know that I've got to get on a little bit of copium here, right? Come on, that's why you're watching. Nia Liston is going to start October 2026. Now, the average anime season is typically 12 or 13 episodes, which is one core, or 24 to 26 episodes, which is, what we've seen with My Hero Academia. A lot of times newer anime, I feel like start with the 12 to 13, but sometimes they start with the 24 to 26, assuming both of these are not going to be yearly anime. I do assume they're going to be seasonal. Let's say Nia Liston gets 24, 25, 26 episodes. 26 weeks from October would take us to April 1st, 2027. Now, every new Yu-Gi-Oh anime since Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds has started in April. So, besides Vrains, which was supposed to, but it got delayed a little bit. So there's a little bit of copium, right? Maybe they're going to do Nia Liston for 6 months, for 26 episodes, get that season out of the way, and then, they're going to switch their focus to a card game Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I had to throw a little bit of copium in there, but, that's really where we're at right now as Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans. I mean, a lot of people have asked me, "Oh, Dylan, what are your thoughts post Jump Festa? Oh, you're how are you feeling?" And my feelings really haven't changed. I wasn't expecting anything at this past Jump Festa. I don't know what I'm going to be expecting in 316 days, but right now my feelings are exactly what they've been for a while, which is this just kind of void that we're in as Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans. But something that I've noticed that I think is very endearing is a lot of people that are in the card game space are also starting to say, where the hell is a Yu-Gi-Oh anime? The card game doesn't need a Yu-Gi-Oh anime, but it certainly could be beneficial to bring in new people, to bring back old people, to get people excited about something new in the Yu-Gi-Oh world. Team APS made this video literally right before Jump Festa. Yu-Gi-Oh needs a new anime yesterday. You've even got Farfa's reaction to the Nia Liston news. Who's making this? Okay, not gonna lie, it looks cool, but why aren't we doing a full-length anime of Yu-Gi-Oh instead? You've got a collab between Team APS and TGS Anime. When exactly are we getting a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime? I mean, this lack of something that has been consistently here with Yu-Gi-Oh for an extremely long time is starting to get noticed in a concerning way by even people that are in the card game space, realizing the benefit that a new card game anime would have, which I find very, very interesting. So final point before we bring in Dak and Jake, there's two ways to look at it. Half glass full, half glass empty, right? You hear those, the optimistic lens, the pessimistic lens. You hear those expressions all the time. Here's the pessimistic take, and I'll end with the optimistic one. The pessimistic take is they show no sign of wanting to do a new Yu-Gi-Oh card game since Go Rush. They're focusing on other IPs that they own. They're now focusing on outside IPs. They're choosing all of these things over Yu-Gi-Oh. It's hopeless. That's the pessimistic take. And by the way, that's a fair take to have. Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans, we've been beaten up and kicked in the nards for, 11 months now. So it's a fair take to have. But here's the optimistic take. This is a studio that now clearly has the capability of doing full in-house anime beyond what we've seen with the Chronicles. Their very first anime choice was Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether you like the Chronicles or not, that's not a necessarily bad thing. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! And they might view the whole situation as, well, we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now with the Chronicles. We're waiting to get our anime studio up and really functioning. And then we're going to tackle a more intensive card game anime. That certainly could be what the thought process is. So I think the optimistic viewpoint, the studio is clearly capable now of doing actual anime, and you just have to hope that that is eventually going to lead to the green light on another Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime. But ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about this throughout the night, and I really do want to hear from all of you guys. And of course, I've got to bring in the two guys to my right and left here. Dak, he's got the co-host hat on. Dak is the co-host. Dak, how are you doing today, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I am doing great, man. It's wonderful to see you as always. And Jake goes online, making his debut to the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh show. Jake, how are you doing today, my friend?
Dude, I haven't heard someone use kicked in the nards in maybe 15 years. That was a good one.
Thank you, dude.
I liked it.
Thank you, dude. Listen, when you've been beaten down as a Yu-Gi-Oh anime fan as much as you have been recently, you have to come up with new expressions. You can't just keep saying the same things over and over and over. You've got to come up with new expressions, outdated, older expressions as well for just being really, disrespected. And so, yeah, kicked in the nards. That's the new one. Jake, we're going to hear from you in a little bit. Dak, I would love to turn this to you, my friend. Konami Animation working on, confirmed to be doing a big anime in Neolistin in October. We know Suikoden is supposed to start up as well, so that's 2 that they will be doing in 26. What do you think it means in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
Well, I mean, that's your Yu-Gi-Oh 9 and 10 right there, I guess, but...
come on, man.
No, but I mean, it's interesting to say the least. It definitely shows that they are wanting to branch out, want to grab this, new big piece, whether it's like, oh, the next JJK or the next this or the next, Chainsaw Man or whatever. They want to grab onto something that's going to bring in the money, bring in the continual, potential multi-season structure, and obviously let them kind of continue to develop probably their own individual profits separate from Konami's main profits. In terms of Yu-Gi-Oh itself, it's baffling that we don't have Yu-Gi-Oh yet. You would think that would be one of the first things they'd want to jump at outside of Chronicles with an actual anime, but apparently they want to work on some of their other IPs, which is fine, and at the same time they want to bring in some from the outside world. I was looking a little bit into Neolistin. I hadn't heard of it until the announcement, really.
Same.
I mean, it looks like it's still going from what I can see, but it is based off of like light novels. It's got probably about 8 or so at the moment. But I mean, things like that aren't usually very long.
Well, that was going to be my thing, right? And I think it started in 2019, so it's not like this is something that's been going on for 20 years. So how many episodes can you make,
I mean, it varies. I mean, Sword Art Online is one of my favorite examples of stuff like that. I mean, yeah, it had the manga, it has some light novels, but one of the light novels was turned into a 4-episode arc. Other ones, were 26 episode, seasons that, across a book or two. So it's it can very much depend on what the plot is. But I mean, usually I would say it's definitely something that's not long term. I don't want to fully get on that copium train, but I can see, with that date lining up, I could see how it's possible. I definitely will give you that. I could see how it's possible that we could be leading into, kind of the end of our filler arc here and jumping into
that's the copium
Yu-Gi-Oh IP.
And to add on to that, Dak, if they view Yu-Gi-Oh Chronicles in the same vein as how they viewed their previous shows, Yu-Gi-Oh Chronicles might only be a 2-year stint. Or what I've said, they are going to be making 2 full-length anime in Suikoden and in Neolistin while the Chronicles is still going on. There is no world in which the Chronicles needs to stop in order to get a seasonal Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime. There's no world in which that needs to be the case.
Not at all.
So
not at all. Never crossed my mind that they would have to alternate with those, especially with how short they are and how kind of just different they are. But at the same time, their studio is. I mean, you're building up assets. Even if you're doing hand animation, you're still going to have a lot of those renders and drawings and things like that. So you can. It's not like you can't be like, oh, this character does have a Charmer's deck, and you pull those sprites, those characters, those models, and you use them again.
Yeah.
You shrink them down. You do whatever. build your library, use it, make your life easy, fine, but do something.
Right.
Give us something.
Do something,
You know,
right? That's the big thing. Jake, it's great to have you on. We have not spoken to you on the channel since, Jump Festa, which I don't even really call it a disaster because I think everybody kind of knew it would have taken a miracle to get something out of it, just given the total lack of news going into it, but still disappointing nonetheless. Jake, how are you feeling regarding this news and just like, regarding the Yu-Gi-Oh space in general here as we are, only about 1 month into what's going to be a probably void year in 2026?
So first, Dylan, I want to ask you, how much do we know about Yu-Gi-Oh 9?
So, like, you mean, like, have there been rumors or anything like that?
No, like, how much, as a collective, do we know for a fact about Yu-Gi-Oh 9?
I would say nothing.
Yeah, that's about as much as I know about anime outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Naruto. So,
well,
I
I love the
set
perspective.
expectations and, like, let everyone know I'm not the wisest in this.
No, that's a
Ever
great
my
perspective.
prediction-
It's a good perspective to have. I love it, dude.
Thank you, Chef. My prediction is I think that these animes are actually going to do really well.
Okay.
And they're going to make the studio a good bit of money. And they're going to keep growing. And they're going to do more anime. And eventually, they're going to realize the hole in the market that was the Yu-Gi-Oh market, because it's huge trading card market.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, let's tap back into that. Let's do what we were doing, because that's the thing about nostalgia, is it always exists. And eventually, people will, and sometimes nostalgia doesn't have to be more than like 5-6 years, People will see that people miss the Yu-Gi-Oh card game anime.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll try it again. And I think that's a very real possibility.
I certainly think it is. And by the way, they could do anything in the world of DM, in the world of GX, in the world of 5Ds. And I think that would be like almost a golden ticket to guarantee that a lot of eyes would be on the show. Like, if they don't want to create something from scratch, they don't have to. There are, and that's what's so frustrating. It feels like, from a fan's perspective, there are, knowing how many Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans are out there, there is such an opportunity, like a golden goose, if you will, that they just do not care at all to wrangle in and start, milking away. And that is, or whatever happens with Goose. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just been disappointing to watch in that regard, the lack of anything. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I think these anime certainly have a good chance to be successful. I don't know what they deemed as successful or not successful with the Chronicles. I mean, I didn't really even touch on the Chronicles. My whole thing with I think there's a lot of people that think I hate the Chronicles. I do not hate the Chronicles. And I don't hate the concept of a Yu-Gi-Oh lore anime. You can even go back on the channel. I've wanted a Yu-Gi-Oh lore anime for a long time. I just dislike the way that they've rolled out the Chronicles, specifically with the very short episodes, the 4-week gaps. That's been my biggest complaint with them. Not that they're doing a lore anime. I think a lore Yu-Gi-Oh anime in the right format has potential to be really, really enjoyable if it was full-length episodes. If it functioned like a more traditional anime, seasonal, 12 episodes here, and everything like that. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, but to bring up the Chronicles, like, they are doing something with Yu-Gi-Oh, and I think from the optimistic perspective, that at least is a good sign that they haven't fully abandoned Yu-Gi-Oh, which is good, at least on the anime side. Dak, I'm not sure if you have anything kind of to add to what Jake said, just in regards to anything, but specifically in regards to, maybe getting a Yu-Gi-Oh 3-4 years. I mean, I know you feel similarly to us in the regards of, like, there is a lot of benefit to having an anime.
Oh, 100%. I mean, not having one is crazy.
Yeah, sure.
It's not. You can sit there and think all day that your game is like the most popular, the best thing in the world, but if you're not marketing it and trying to get people to play it or want it, you're just shoving it in Walmart for people to, like, see a pack and buy it, they're not gonna do that. Like, there's countless games that pop up. You see them for a couple weeks and then they disappear. Because they don't do anything with it. They just rely on the IP or they rely on a crossover or whatever, and it doesn't last. Like,
Right.
that's where I think a lot of it is vitally important to have, something like an anime to have. I mean, it doesn't even have to be, directly related to, the cards or specifically like, the Digimon's blowing up right now. I saw a Digimon Time Stranger, which is like the one game that I'm streaming specifically separate from the anime and all that in store, and it's empty and sold out because it's got Digimon on it because there's stuff going on and people are saying, oh yeah, Digimon's here. I want to pick that up. I want to check that out.
It also helps that I've heard the video game is great and Beat Break is phenomenal. So
right,
they're
exactly.
they're hitting it out of the park on like every single sphere. It feels like Digimon
because they're doing stuff.
Right. They're doing stuff. Yeah, exactly.
They care. They're doing it. They're bringing it out and they're showing that love and attention. But if you're just like, all right, well, here's my game. I'm just gonna throw it on the shelf, hope for the best. I mean, it's gonna fizzle. It's gonna and then I know multiple people who have said, oh, it's the best year for the card game. Oh, it's the worst year for the card game. I mean, if you're not into the card game and keeping up with every single pack, every single set, you're not going to care. I look at it and I'm like, oh, this cover card looks cool, but I have no frame of reference, for 90% of them. So I'm not going to sit there and try to, go out of my way and find, buy a blind pack too often. There are some out there who might, but it's not that common. Like, yeah, definitely having the anime is, I think, very important. It catches people who never have seen it before, lets them experience the show, lets people experience new archetypes, let them experience new cards in general. I mean, there have been, I've had friends who have been like, oh, you watch it, they'd watch a random episode, in middle school and high school, whatever, think a card was awesome, and then that's what got them into it because they saw some random card and that became their favorite. And so I mean, definitely it plays a big piece. The alternate option is they go the Magic the Gathering route and do stupid crossovers.
Well, that's a mistake.
Kind of ruin your
that's a mistake. Lore. Yeah. I mean, I will say this as well, and we often overlook it on the channel because, a lot of us enjoyed the Rush shows and whatnot. But like, if you were not a fan of the Rush anime, in September, it will be 7 years since we have had an old format Yu-Gi-Oh anime, a main format Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Now, if Yu-Gi-Oh 9 is a Rush show, I'd be very happy with that. But also, if it's a Master show, I'd be very happy with that as well. But I think we also overlook the fact that there were a lot of people that maybe just couldn't get invested into Rush for one reason or the other. And there's really a lot of reasons for it. I'm not going to go through all of them here. But like, I think the power of going back to like a Master Rule anime, I think we sometimes underestimate how massive that would be. It's been, because we're not getting a Yu-Gi-Oh anime this year. It's just not happening. So it's going to be over 7 years since we've had a Master Rule anime. That is a long time, Jake. That's a long time. That goes beyond the 4 or 5 years you just mentioned.
Nostalgia, baby. Also, I wanted to throw something else out there.
Yes, please.
So, do you guys know the app, the Pokemon TCG Pocket?
Yes, I'm aware of it, yeah.
Massively successful.
Right.
Massively. Konami needs to do the Konami thing and steal from other people and take the idea of TCG Pocket and do it for Yu-Gi-Oh.
But that's,
how much money would that make?
But Duel Links and gems.
Do it again. I don't care.
I will say this. I do believe they will have to make like a new. I think in the next 3 years they will make a new game. I do. I think Duel Links is still profitable. I think in 3 years I still think it will be profitable. Not nearly as much as like a Master Duel, but I do believe we're probably in the back half of Duel Links, and I think because Duel Links has been going on a long time. 10 years, is it? 9 years? 10 years? Mm-hmm. So I think that they are going to be doing a new game at some point. And what that is, remains to be seen. But
Dak.
I'm interested in, well, I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be what you're saying, Jake. But it would be cool. I mean, it would be cool. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, really good stuff, guys. I think, do we want to bring in our first caller here?
Absolutely.
I would love to if they were here.
Well, it's not 8:30 yet, so we'll wait and we'll see
That's
if we should have a caller.
Hop in.
I think we have 5 callers during the stream, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll also read donations and super chats as we go on. We appreciate all of you guys being here on the return episode of the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh show. And we do have a fun segment a little later on. Jake did a project in 2025, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything community project, where he made categories as if it was like the Oscars or the Grammys, and put 4 selections and had people in the Discord vote on which like selection should win which category. It's been finished. Jake is going to reveal the winners tonight. He's going to have Dak and I guess on each category. So that's going to be a little later on, probably in about 25, 30 minutes. So you don't want to miss that. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything 2025 Community Awards, that will be coming up a little later on in the show, which is very, very exciting. So I believe we have our first caller. Is that correct, Dak?
We do, and I'm about to pull them in here. I'm going to give you a little bit of my own copium because of something I noticed with Neoliston that I didn't get to mention here. And Neoliston is published by Square Enix, which owns Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts does have a manga. So theoretically, Konami Animation could make a Kingdom Hearts anime. Just saying.
Dak, I mean,
Sure,
Dak's turning. Dak's switching sides here. Dak's like, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 would be cool, but wait a minute. Kingdom Hearts? Hang on.
No, what I'm saying is...
Kingdom Hearts anime.
Or Life is
Kingdom
Strange.
Hearts.
Or Life is Strange.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Hearts.
What about Life is Strange? Doesn't Square Enix own Life is Strange too? Or
Yeah,
no,
I
they
think
might
so.
they might own Don't Nod, which does Life is that might be the connection. There is some connection, but anyway.
Yes. All right. Time to bring in our first good old guest here.
This might
Good
affect the
old
video
6'2".
call, so if it does,
Yes.
we'll pivot.
Pivot. Come in. Here we go.
Beautiful. All right, we're gonna lose Jake on the video calls, but he's still here audio wise. SpexTube, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, man. We can hear you and that lovely accent. What's going on, SpexTube? Great for hearing you.
Thanks for having me. Surely, despite how late it is for me, I'll make an effort to keep my enthusiasm up.
We appreciate it. Yeah, it's like 1:30, 2:30 in the morning over there, man. Well, listen, we won't keep you long. I know you're probably ready to get to bed. What's on your mind, man, in regard to just anything in the Yu-Gi-Oh sphere?
I mean, I hadn't known about the new anime news, so I would like to say thanks for bringing it up with regard to Konami animations. When it comes to Jump Festa, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn. I was kind of right that we wouldn't get anything. But, it's like what we've been saying and what you guys were just saying recently, that, capability doesn't seem like an issue for the studio anymore. And, that really calls into question the foreseeable future when it comes to, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime side of all this. Because, yeah, the ultimate question now does become, do they want to?
Right.
And I think it's very likely that they don't want to, not necessarily because they don't see value in it. Of course, there's major value into making a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, whether that be Master or Rush. But I think just as an animation studio, maybe they want to, as I know Dredge has said a few times, like get their feet wet truly into something that's maybe not necessarily Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. Whether they do that down the line, I think is more likely.
Yeah, I mean, I think you raise a really good point, right? The question, and I think it's a scarier question, right? Because it's one thing to sit here and just be like, oh, well, you know what? Right now, they're still building up. They don't have the capability of doing it. I think we've seen all we need to now, especially with this announcement last week about Neoliston anime starting in October. We know Suikoden is going to start at some point in 2026. They're capable now. And so now the question is, do they want to? That's a scarier question. And to your point, SpexTube, I'm the most copium guy around, but I was right there with you that we weren't going to get anything at Jump Festa, sadly.
Yeah, no, that isn't true. And I'll be very honest, like I didn't want to be right. There was a really strong part of me that wanted to be proven wrong. Just in the case of because I wanted to be shocked, I wanted to be amazed. I admit I've grown very deflated. I know I've said that multiple times. since the previous Jump Festa, and wanting to be proven wrong, at least allowed me to get something to be like excited for. And admittedly, it's not the best thing in the world for there not to be anything, but I think the main thing, whether they want to or not, is honestly just the vagueness. We've seen multiple times they've said, keep supporting the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and obviously that doesn't really necessarily mean the Chronicles. That's far from it, truly. And honestly, if they were to tell us that, yes or no, honestly, I don't think I'd have a problem with it. At least we just have a straight answer to work from.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing. You just outlined, I think, the core reason why a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans feel so frustrated, and why I know a lot of them have just like left the community, because like there is no answer, and you're just kind of like in this weird limbo state. And like it's very similar to when you're going through like a health issue. I think about my throat. You go to all these specialists. They're like, yeah, I mean, everything looks good. We're not really sure what's going on. And then you finally, get the answer. It was the one ENT, bless her, that found the polyp on my vocal cord. And then it's like, all right, well, now I have a little bit of a newfound like light where like, okay, now I know how to move forward. What do we need to do to take care of this, on and on. But yeah, to your point, Specs, it's been tough because there has just been such a lack of communication. I want to know, Specs, you're way too early. Jump Festa 2027 predictions, which is the Jump Festa at the end of this year, and then I'll let you go.
Oh god, your copium just doesn't end, does it? I think overall, I will always have some kind of slim hope, but I think after 2 years of not getting anything, the first time being a real shock, the first time being more expected, I think the longer it goes on, the more likely it is that not getting anything is just not going to feel as shocking anymore. It's just going to be like, oh, whatever. So admittedly, I'm going to say I don't think we'll get anything unless something specifically Yu-Gi-Oh! News related occurs regarding Konami animations at least a few months before Jump Festa occurs. Only then will I have any kind of real semblance of hope. But, if it were to just come out of the blue on Jump Festa of that year, I think that's highly unlikely. There'd be some real build-up before then. So I think that's my current status on this.
I think that's fair. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, they told us months before. Go Rush, the trademark dropped. So the last two Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows, there was some news beforehand. So I think that's fair. I think that's sound-minded. SpexTube, thank you so much for calling in, man. Have a great rest of your night.
Yep.
No problem. Thanks to you for all your time. All three of you. Thank you.
Of course, man.
Later, SpexTube.
Bye.
Yep, the lovely SpexTube. Yeah, I mean, any thoughts there, Jake? I mean, listen, I think that was very, very like realistic.
Yeah, Specs, you are incredibly intelligent, and you are so well spoken, and it was so tired. It was so late for you, and you were probably really tired, and you still ate that up. And I really like the way you said status.
Yes. I know. I wish I had that accent. Instead, I'm stuck with whatever accent this is. Delawarean, New Yorker, I don't know.
Handsome. That's your accent.
Well, thank you. Well, we're going to take one more call, and then we're going to read some donations. And we have another person calling in. And I know it's very, very late for them as well, because they're also across the pond. So we'll get them on here, hear their thoughts, whatever they want to talk about, whether it has to do with the Konami animation or just something totally unrelated in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sphere. But we're gonna bring them in.
Yep, waiting for them to pop in while they do, so we can get them pulled in here. You get Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, but you have to swim from New York to England. Like you said, that guy did the other day in chat or in stream.
Would I have like certified people like in a boat following me, like Dredger and some other people?
I love how it's specifically Dredger.
Yes, Dredger specifically will be following you. He can bring 2 people with him of his choice.
What if I'm physically incapable of doing that?
Then you better get capable.
We'll give you a year to train.
I would try it. I really would try it. I'd put on like a winter jacket and a wetsuit so it wouldn't be that cold. And yeah, I would give it a go.
Perfect. From what we were looking at, they expect to take months.
That's fine.
Being just in the water swimming. So.
I've already waited longer for Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, so that's fine.
Perfect. All right. Well, here comes our new guest.
All right. Perfect. All right, Vital Bites, it's great to hear from you. What is going on, my friend?
It's been a while. well, for me talking to Dak and Dylan, because we talked during the Jump Festa one. But Jake, it's nice to meet you, bro. I know it's the first time we talked, and it's nice to meet you. Right, so I guess I may as well get started, in my opinion, with these, with this. I get the honest to God feeling that whilst of course Jump Festa did not exactly deliver in regards to the expectations we all held, I feel like we're staring at the possibility of Konami likely just gathering their resources, kind of like a spirit bomb. And I mean by spirit bomb, obviously the attack for Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Like, you might be staring at them potentially using the new anime they're working on and the Chronicles to basically act as a possibility to gather up ideas and possible nodes to potentially structure a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 in a sense. Because whilst of course we had the original studios, like Studio Gallop, for instance, that worked on the other shows, I feel like we're likely staring at two possibilities. They're gathering their resources to do it themselves, or we might be staring at them using every possibility they've made money on, so like the TCG and all that, because obviously when Jump Festa happened, we got the announcement of the Predaplant stuff, some of the future sets, and of course the Limit Over collection. I feel like they're trying to use that and all the money they make from Duel Links and Master Duel to possibly like gather their resources and potentially make funds for Studio Gallop to then work on the Yu-Gi-Oh! 9.
Wow, that is that took me on a direction I did not think we were gonna go. So you think I mean, I love it. Listen, that's a crazy hot take. So you think Studio Gallop, they're gonna bring back Studio Gallop?
I feel like I understand it's not exactly a highly possibility that will exist.
Sure.
In a sense, but I get the feeling it's something that actually does become a part of the realm of the possibilities that we could see within Konami. Because obviously with the Chronicles and the new anime, and I will admit, whilst I like the Chronicles for the lore series I like the idea of a lore series, I feel like the Chronicles is staring at the possibility of being a show that is basically their idea of making shorter episodes of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, and then the new anime will basically act as the way to structure the seasons in a sense. So, I feel like what I said with the possibility of Studio Gallop, they're the way I see it, we're kind of staring at a possible chain of events. Because I'm just saying, with this new anime and obviously the Chronicles, this might likely act as the calm before the storm, in a sense. Because with this, obviously, but it's like I said earlier, this might be their idea of taking nodes, and the possibility of Studio Gallop could potentially return. It's either, like I said, they're either gathering the resources to do it themselves, or they bring back Studio Gallop and just pay them to do it. Because as we've seen with the previous shows and how well they did because of Studio Gallop's work, I feel like Studio Gallop coming back into the fold is going to make a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 a highly possible thing, in a sense.
Well, yeah, and I mean, to your point, Vital, I mean, it would invoke that old Yu-Gi-Oh! Feeling. I think a lot of people lost that Yu-Gi-Oh! Feeling with Sevens and Go Rush just because the designs and the art style took such a drastic turn.
I 100% understand that, because obviously I have stated it earlier and everything. I am going through Go Rush for the first time myself, and I will agree on that. I do feel like a lot of people have lost the old feeling, because whilst the older shows up to Go Rush have definitely been designed well, there obviously have been a lot of instances where it doesn't feel like it has in some sense, but a lot of it has definitely been well designed. But I get the feeling with the way a new Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 could be structured by Studio Gallop and Konami, I get the feeling Konami could be using this as a chance to take the animation of that to a further level.
Yeah.
In a sense. We could be staring at the possibility of a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 that has potentially been a much better animation quality compared to the old shows.
Sure.
Because if they do, because it's like what's it called? It's like how Dag brought up earlier. Or I think it was Jake. It's basic. Like right now, everything we've seen related to Yu-Gi-Oh currently, it's felt like just nostalgia all over again. And I feel like the reason why they're doing that is because, as we all know, nostalgia is something that basically just entices people to want to, put funds and everything into what they originally enjoyed, but in a newer aspect. Like, for example, the Limit Over collection, I feel like is an example of that. Whilst they're basically making retrains of the older cards that Heroes and Rivals used, plus also just putting newer, like, older stuff from the anime on the side and everything else, it does make me wonder. It makes me just think they're clearly using nostalgia as an opportunity to build up more funds than they intend, and it definitely sounds like it's just being poured into a new project. And whilst obviously right now it may not be a Yu-Gi-Oh project because of this new anime that's been announced alongside whilst the Chronicles is ongoing, it just makes me wonder that Konami might actually have bigger ideas in mind, but they're just pulling all of their resources into one to make that idea of a possibility. And I feel like the one thing that's going to trigger that is, of course, a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9.
Yeah, well, Vital, listen, I mean, dude, you went on there, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, no, I followed along. I think it was great. I listen, there's not many people that have the capability of doing that. I'm also someone who can do that. I can just go and go. So I love listening to it.
Because I will personally admit, like, throughout my life, I have realized there have been a lot of moments where social interaction is something that I haven't done well in, and there are moments where it's like where I have done well in, and then
sure,
I've noticed within those moments I tend to just rant on a lot more than usual. And I feel like if I ever kept doing content creation as it is, I feel like I'd ramble on too much more than intended in a sense.
Yeah, well, listen, there's always like a good medium, but like social situations just in general are tough for all of us. So I think everybody always does way better than they think. Vital, you're always great to talk to, man. Thank you so much for calling in, and yeah, we'll definitely keep listening because we'll break down that call a little bit and the thoughts. Thank you so much, Vital.
And yeah,
Later,
I understand. Thanks. And yeah, just one quick thing before I go.
Sure.
Obviously, I understand a lot of people are thinking I'm definitely on like some very high-end copium after my opinion on Jump Festa, because obviously, as you guys knew,
nothing
Jake,
wrong with that.
Imagine you didn't know. I was like on the high end of positivity that we was gonna get a new Yu-Gi-Oh show at Jump Festa, and unfortunately, let's just say the expectations of like what they announced kind of just hit us all in the head with basically a hammer in a sense.
Yeah, I've been there too, Vital. So listen, don't lose that positivity, man. Don't lose that positivity.
Trust me, I don't intend to.
Good. Well,
I'll gladly just sit there and take it all the way. I do not care.
That's what it's all about, my man.
I will just sit there and take it.
Absolutely, Vital. Have a wonderful night, dude. Thank you so much for calling in.
You guys.
Awesome. Well, listen, Vital definitely said a lot there. I think the craziest thing that Vital said that I really loved, Studio Gallop. I mean, listen, I'm not one of those people, and I've seen this thrown around since Sevens was announced. I remember one of the earliest rumors when Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens was announced was Sevens is a side anime that they're doing temporarily. Dak, you probably remember this one. So that Studio Gallop can do the next show. Sevens will go 1 year and then Gallop will come back. Clearly not the case. Clearly not the case. No. But we don't know. I mean, maybe Konami will see some value in, maybe Konami Animation, like their goal is animation studio domination. Maybe they want to have studios that like work under them. It's certainly not impossible, and it feels like that would kind of be on line with Konami, Dak, doesn't it?
Of course. I mean, that's what they do in a lot of these other spheres, gaming being, of course, one of their big ones. It wouldn't be surprising at all to see them do it in the anime world there as well. And, of course, if that's the route they want to go, I mean, so be it. They can make it work. They could also actually we just start going after some of those old Gallup employees and start rehiring them under Konami's flagship. You know, you see that a lot.
Exactly,
in that
yeah.
type of world there too, is bring them all over and keep going with the similar projects. You know, that's where a lot of spiritual successors and things like that come from. Or, oh, the team behind this, you know, back again. You know,
Yeah, really good
they want
point.
to do it, do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to see him try to honor you know, Takahashi with it, bringing back, you know, a more closer style to his. Again, not to say like, you know, Chronicles is bad looking or anything, or that even, you know, Sevens and Go Rush were bad, but, you know, just kind of bringing that back will trigger that nostalgia a little bit and get people I think a little more excited for Yu-Gi-Oh in whatever capacity, because it'll look like what they're familiar with.
Absolutely. Jake, you're someone that I view as very like knowledgeable on a like just life level. And maybe you don't view yourself that way, but I've always had a lot of respect for you. I feel like you're very, very good socially and very empathetic. I want you to speak a little bit on the whole like socialness. I mean, because I saw you kind of nodding your head a little bit. Now, you know, we like to, obviously we're going to talk Yu-Gi-Oh, but we're obviously going to talk real life stuff. I mean, that's another big element of it. So I just kind of want to know your thoughts on like social interaction and how confidence is one of the easiest things that someone can fake.
Confidence is one of the easiest things that someone could fake.
Exactly.
No, Dylan, I appreciate your kind words, and yeah, I don't think Dylan knows this, and definitely the random people watching who I've never spoken to before don't know this. I had terrible social anxiety. I still do. I literally had a panic attack just the other day, and my girlfriend had to like calm me down. Like, I'm deathly afraid of people sometimes. And growing up, oh my god, I had one friend. Like, literally, one friend. I didn't do birthday parties because I had one friend. And, you know, for a really long time, I was just really sad about it. And eventually, I just... As corny as this is what I'm about to say, is I just kind of stopped caring. I kind of realized we all have free will, right? So let's all make the most of the free will we have and be respectful to each other, of course, but live life the way you want to, because you only get to do it once. And I am not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone is my cup of tea. But as long as you just walk around and pretend that you know what you're doing, that's what everyone else is doing anyway. And I promise you, one thing that I have to remind myself is you are not the center of everyone else's world.
That's the big thing.
So these big things that you think everyone is going to remember forever, like a stain on your shirt or a voice crack or you made a joke that no one laughs. No one's going to remember it in a couple days. So don't let it stress you out. Just be your... Oh, God, I feel so corny, but just be yourself and own it. If you just own it, then you're fine.
Yeah.
And Vital, I think you're very cool and very good with social interactions. I like your positivity. And I like the way you say status, too. I didn't hear you say it, but I'm sure you say it in a great way.
Jake, nobody would be able to have guessed any of that about you, and I think it just speaks to the point where, like, well, number one, you never know what people are going through. That's why you always try to treat people, like, kindly and with respect. But also, too, it is something that is, like, very, like, that's the thing with social media. You think everybody else around you is doing so much better than you because social media really is a highlight reel, and, like, there's just no actual truth to that. One of the greatest, like, quotes that I remember hearing is, I forget what it's like the exact like phenomenon is called, but when you're at a party or like a large event, you're always like nervous about whatever's going on. At least I used to be. I haven't been that way in a while, but like everybody else is just as nervous about how they're presenting at the party, that they are not caring at all how like your insecurities are at the like they're not like focusing in on that because they're focusing in on themselves. And so like when you realize stuff like that, you just gotta like, yeah, be yourself, man. Be yourself and enjoy life and be kind, I think most importantly. And don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, you know? It's the big thing.
Keep it PG. Positively.
Well,
Goose.
speaking of Goose, I think we have a few super chats. So we got a few more calls coming in about 30 minutes, but we'll hear some super chats from people. Dark Emperor J, thank you so much for the $2 donation. Random question. I couldn't think of this one. I couldn't think of one for this week, so I'll use this previous one for Jake and Dak. What is your favorite grocery store to shop at? Dak, we'll start with you.
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily have a favorite, but I would say our go-to is typically like Walmart or like Food Lion, just because they're nearby.
Love Food Lion. Yeah.
You know, good deals nearby, got what we want, so
Absolutely.
win-win-win.
Jake, I take you as a Trader Joe's kind of guy.
Oh, I fuck with Trader Joe's, dude. But also, I am currently a Whole Foods homie.
Oh, boy.
I have celiac disease, so I can't eat
that's fair.
gluten. So I'm gluten-free, and they have a lot of gluten-free options.
Yep,
They also have this little bodega next to them called Call Your Mother, and it's like this little Jewish deli that has the best egg sandwiches.
Okay, cool. Like bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're gluten-free too, or they can be. You just got to pay $2.50 more. Go check out your Call Your Mothers. Hey, if you have a Call Your Mother around you, go there and buy something, and then take a picture, and then put it in the Discord and tag me. I will personally give you a high five.
I don't think we have one at Whole Foods. But yeah, no, when you have dietary restrictions, not only Whole Foods really good, Sprouts is also really good, right? I know I've really loved Sprouts. I don't know if you've ever been to a Sprouts.
I don't know if we have a Sprouts near me.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's a new one. I'm going to look it up.
Look it up. I mean, maybe that's just like a Delaware thing, you know, I don't know. Maybe Delaware's kind of ahead of the times, you know.
No.
They call Delaware the grocery store innovation state. That's where a lot of grocery stores.
Call
No,
it the overpass.
we do have them. They're like there's one like 30 minutes away from me.
You can
so
try
take
it.
Your Delaware propaganda and stuff it.
No propaganda. By the way, how's the crab been? Crab's been good recently.
Oh yeah, I fish them up myself. Seasoned with Old Bay. I do put Old Bay on my chicken nuggets.
Well, of course. You live in that area.
Side question for both of you: do you think the chicken nuggets taste better when they're cut into the shape of dinosaurs? Yes or no?
Sure.
Which dinosaur?
Dylan, that wasn't enough enthusiasm. You're wrong. Dak, that is the correct answer. Thank you.
He said which dinosaur? He didn't even answer it.
No, but he gets it.
Okay. All right. We have Dark Emperor J. Thank you for the donation. We have some super chats.
Yes.
All right.
We have good old $5 from Mr. Sean Gilbride.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Sean.
Next Friday, I'm going on my 4th Night to Shine, an annual prom for special needs adults, and I'll fill you in on the highlights of it afterwards.
Please do.
Oh, yeah.
That is freaking awesome, Sean. I'm sure they're going to be playing Cotton Eye Joe, which for whatever reason, Sean always makes me play when I play Clone Hero. That song is like not the easiest song to play. Oh, no, Cotton Eye Joe. Show. That's not the that
wasn't anything. I don't know what that was.
That made me like physically sad, dude. I can't believe you just did that.
Wait, where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
He's
No,
back.
you know what I
He's
think
back.
I sang that song to the rhythm of? Nah, nah, honey, I'm good. That
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That awful country song. Who sings that song? Is it Andy? I don't know country. Is it Andy Grammer?
I think so. And it's funny. I have that song on my old iPod.
Oh boy. All right. Well, listen. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Sean, that is a wonderful event. First and foremost, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you. And please fill us in on the highlights next week. Thank you, dude.
Goose saying Andy Grammer.
Andy Grammer. Wait.
I'm assuming that is in
Yeah.
reference to who?
Yeah, well, I thought it was Andy
no.
Grammer. Yeah.
Perfect.
Nah,
just
honey,
making sure.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's Andy Grammer.
Been
Okay.
a long time since I've listened to Brew Country. I think the last one that played across my shuffle was Toes by what was it, by Zach Brown Band or whatever that one is.
Did you say
I got
toes
my
or
toes
hose?
in the
Yeah,
water,
Toes.
toes in the sand,
gets it.
not a worry in the world.
I've got
Yeah,
my
I grew up on country.
I've got my hose in the water. That's the line.
No, toes.
Oh,
with a T.
toes with a T, like okay,
Like your feet.
like feet. I got you. Okay.
Uneducated.
It's across every genre, if you notice. There's no like
No,
there's
I'm
no like zeroed in.
quiz
thing.
me about AJR. Quiz me about BuzzFeed Core. AJR.
BuzzFeed Core.
Quiz me about it right now.
I don't have enough BuzzFeed Core on the top of my head to
You like that
to
one,
even
Jake?
I love
even
that
want
one.
to. We'll circle back to that. We'll
Circle
do that one
back.
day.
Circle back to it.
We got any more donos?
We do. We have $5 from Mr. Ice Aiden.
Ice Aiden. Bow now 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 now. Thank you, my man.
Now, this is great because he says, "Hello, Yugi Bros. What do you guys prefer? A protagonist that always wins with bad development, or a losing protagonist with great development?"
So like Yusaku or Yuma, got it.
I will. Come on, man. I will always pick
joking.
the development. I will always pick the development. So for me, it is a losing protagonist with great development. I will always pick the development on that.
Yeah, that's the way I'd lean to. I mean, I agree with Colin saying, why can't we have both? That is where I think kind of that sweet peak is. You have your character, they win, they win some, they lose some, they learn, when they lose some and get that development, and then they become an undefeatable god, like most of them.
Like Yuma. Yeah.
But definitely I'd say between the two, I'd go more losing and development, because that's going to be more character, and that's going to be just more relatable, more enjoyable.
Absolutely, yeah. Jake?
I agree. I would also like to clarify my previous statements. I have made a severe lapse in judgment, and I apologize. That was a joke. Yusaku's still, I think my number 2 protagonist.
I don't know if there's any hard. I mean, I never look at chat on the Wednesday night streams. I always go back and watch it, but I don't know if there's any big Vrains fans in chat. I don't know if Natalie hasn't been around as much. I mean, not most people, but a good amount of people have not been around as much since Yu-Gi-Oh ended, which is to be sadly expected. But it's always, that's why everybody that's always here, and maybe Natalie's here. I don't know. Again, I'm not looking at chat, but to everybody that's here,
Yeah, Colin's here.
Colin is here, and
looking like
he's a big Vrains fan. To everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And speaking of Colin, we have a super chat from a man who has never been to a good Jump Festa, and that is Goose. Goose!
I'll give you some points for that transition. I was wondering where it was going at the beginning, but the second
I love both of them.
started to say it.
I
It was
love
good.
both of them. And it's the case as well for you too, Dak. I mean, it's the case for me. Well, no, I was live during COVID. The only good one, I had COVID, so maybe I got to get COVID again. I don't know.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know.
see
What
if
else can I
see if
do?
we can get that shipped in.
All right,
We'll ship in. We'll just a little COVID. Just a little COVID.
Write
for
our
Jump
own
Festa.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
that's
COVID
right.
is a little treat. Yes, with $5 from good old Goosey Q. There it is. I was waiting for it. Uh,
Thank you, Goose.
Goose.
Wow,
ooh, that might have to be the new one.
she's
I
wicked.
wouldn't-
Yeah.
Dylan.
I wouldn't mind a Master Duel anime again. Long live Yu-Gi-Oh! Sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone, and keep things PG.
Positively Goose.
Goose.
Goose is a man with a plan, fam. He's been around for so long, and I really do love the guy. Goose EQ. The last time I was with Goose, we were chumming it up over some froyo in Manhattan. It was just such an unbelievable time. I think we were in the Soho district, and it was just unbelievable stuff. Goose, I love you,
When was
man.
this?
And that's true. If he's still here, he can confirm it in chat. Soho. Goose, thank you so much for the
When was this?
This was Anime NYC.
So you didn't see him at Jump Festa at your house?
Oh, I mean,
Dylan.
I literally talked about him coming to Jump Festa.
Yes. Yes, we did. So thank you for setting yourself up.
Oh man, Goose, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, it's 9:04. I know we have a couple of calls at 9:20. Do we want to, Jake? How long will the awards take? Do it 15 minutes, 20 minutes? What do you think?
So it's 10 questions. Tons of fun.
Tons of fun.
I don't know.
No, let's do it now. Do we have any other donations, Dak?
There's a couple that have been coming in, yeah.
Okay.
So
What we're going to do, let's hold off. To everybody that's donated, thank you so much. We will get to them. We're going to play the award show for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything 2025 awards. Then we're going to take 2 more calls. X-Slayer and Lorena. Very excited to talk to them. And then probably around 9:35, 9:40, we'll read the rest of the donations. Then we have one last call, 10 o'clock, and we'll roll with the punches. So here we go. Jake Goes Online, the 2025 Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything Awards. I will take a step back. Jake, you are the man. Let's begin. And chat, please play along in the chat. Oh, he's got the glasses.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Since the dawn of time, people have loved games. And today, we have 2 of the internet's least eligible bachelors. Dak versus Dylan. They are no longer competitors. They are survivors. Because tonight, one of them will win the ultimate prize. What is this prize? I'm not telling you yet.
Okay.
But...
Ooh.
So, how this worked was I went in the Discord last year and I asked for categories for people, for superlatives of moments that have happened in the channel's history. Once those categories were green-lit, I had people suggest things to vote on that fit in these categories, and then we had a total of 85 unique voters.
Wow.
85 different people
85
voted
different
on this.
voters. Wow, that is a large representation.
So, it's time to begin with question number 1.
Okay.
Question number 1 is, what was the best theory? Is it A, Dylan's theory? Darkness predicts the 5Ds, Zexal, and Arc 5 endings. Nick T's theory. Yuamu is the shadowed character in the Go Rush poster.
Classic.
Dylan's theory, Master Roku is Yugi Moto. And Dylan's theory, the mystery girl's importance to Go Rush.
Man, I will go first, and then Dak will alternate, so you'll go first on the next one. And chat, please play along. I think the one that got the most votes... Now, maybe I'm biased, but Nick T should not win this. I mean, Nick T did a great job predicting the mystery girl being Yuamu, fine. But, like, come on. For me, I think it's the darkness. That's always been my favorite. But I actually think most people are going to vote Roku Yugi. So I'm going Roku from Zexal is Yugi Moto.
Dylan has locked in his answer. Dak, how will you respond?
Yeah, I mean, that is a good one. I did love that theory. I'm going to go Dark Horse. I'm going to go Nick T, just as the odd man out, because I feel like I know this community so well.
Oh, I'll be so annoyed. I'll be so annoyed.
Tell me I'm wrong, though, that they wouldn't go against it because it's just the only Nick T answer. So I'm gonna go Nick T Yuamu theory. That was a good one. He did get that shot. That's what I'm locking in.
With 43.5% of the votes, the winner is Nick T's theory. Yuamu is the shadowed character on the Go Rush poster. Dak leads 1-0.
You know what? I like Nick T. Obviously, I've been friends with him for 25 years. That's the kind of award show it is. If this was a real award show, I'd flip the freaking table, man. Please. Oh my God, that is ridiculous.
Please,
All right.
please keep all complaints to the end, sir. Thank you. Next up, we're going to worst theory. We're gonna find out who has their pulse on the community, or who sucks. All right, let's keep going. Worst theory. Is it A, Kaiba, or Dylan's theory? Kaiba is the villain of Arc 5. Dylan's theory. Girl on the phone in sevens. Dylan's theory. Yuamu anticipated getting kidnapped in Go Rush. Nice voice crack, Jake.
Well,
You're fired.
that's also not a theory, but go on.
Game theory. D. Dylan's theory. The mystery girl was Otis all along.
By the way, you both like how my theories were nominated for all 4. I know for a fact the guys over the years have said incorrect theories and predictions, but it's all my theories. That's unbelievable, man. Dak,
you put out so many more than all of us that it doesn't even matter.
well,
True.
Dak, you pick first here. You're winning 1-0.
All right. Out of those, no, there's some good ones in there, but I think I'm going to go with the Yumu theory.
I'm gonna go girl on the phone.
That one was a close second for me. But
Yeah, I'm gonna go girl on the
Yumu.
phone.
With 35.3% of the votes,
Tight.
the worst theory is Dylan's theory. Yuamu anticipated getting kidnapped in Go Rush.
Let's go.
So it's 2-0 Dak.
Dylan, how are you feeling right now?
Not good. I mean, not good. I mean, what are you talking about? This is my own award show, and I'm getting killed by Dak. And next question.
Well, let me tell you what you're playing for to put some pep in your step.
Okay.
You are playing for me. I'm going to put myself in a little box
Okay.
and mail myself to the winner.
Oh,
And you could just put me on a shelf or something.
That's huge. I need like
huge.
I
That's
need
a
someone
good
like you down here just for like morale. So that'll be big.
And you get the title of Jake's second best friend.
Wow.
wow.
Okay.
Pretty big
That's
stakes.
huge. That's huge.
Pretty big stakes.
Yeah. Okay. Now I've got to win. All right. Third question. I think
Third question.
Third question. We're good here. We're good.
You're motivated.
Best
I'm standing up.
short. Best short. Is it 10-foot tall woman? Is it Air Neos has been solved? Is it losing to Exodia back to back? Or is it when Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans take things too far?
A famous Dredger rant.
Yeah.
I get to pick first here. Air Neos, man, that mystery being solved was such. What was the first option? The first option spoke to me. Whispered
10-foot
words.
tall woman.
Yeah, that's why. I'm going to go the 10-foot tall woman. I have learned in my life not to bet against 10-foot tall women, so I'm going 10-foot tall woman.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I do love that theory. I think though, with best short, community does like to see you suffer. So I could easily see them going with the back-to-back Exodia. I think I'm going to lock in with that one.
With 34.1% of the votes.
All of these were close. None of these were like majority.
Yeah, this one was decided by one vote.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
The winner is when Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans take things too far.
Oh, wow.
Was the
Wow.
dreadful.
A famous
I did
Dredge
like that.
rant.
Yep.
Yeah.
True story, that rant was the first time Dredge and I interacted because I messaged him right away after that rant and I was like, "You're so fucking cool, dude."
It was a great
Moving
rant.
on.
It was a great rant. All right, so it's 2-0. Question 4.
Yep.
Speaking of rants, we're going on to best rant.
Boy.
Is it A, Dredger's rant on Yu-Gi-Oh anime fans taking things too far? B, Cal's rant against Dredger that Ron is better than Yuamu?
Jesus Christ.
C, Pete's rant on Madam Web? D, Dylan's rant on Uemu's reaction time.
Oh. Oh, this is a tough
Well,
one,
it's
actually.
not that. The community.
Those are all good rants.
Yeah, well, Dak, you pick first. You
Yeah.
pick first.
I am gonna pick first. I'm gonna shot call it for Madam Web.
So I know I'm trailing Dak, and it's like I shouldn't pick against him, or I shouldn't pick with him because I can't gain on him. It's still early enough where I don't have that mindset. I think Pete's Madam Web rant is very, very infamous and well known. I'd be surprised if Dredger sweeps the categories here, but I mean maybe he will. I'm also gonna go Pete's Madam Web rant. I feel pretty good about that. Yeah.
Gentlemen, you are both correct.
Cool. Yeah.
Pete's Madam Web rant. Say that 5 times fast. Pete's Madam Web rant won with a 40% total.
Ooh.
Okay. So the highest total we've seen was the first question, right? Which had like 48%.
43.5% in the first one.
Okay.
And that was Nick T's theory.
Right. Yeah. Don't get me started. Okay. So we're going to question 5. It is 3-1 Dak. All right.
Favorite Rush era duel. Is it Yugioh and Phaser versus Udius and Kwai duel? Yugioh versus Luke round 2? Udius versus Kwai duel round 2? Or Yugioh versus Nail round 2?
I'm going to go Udius versus Kwai duel round 2.
Dak is puzzled by his opponent's decision. Let's see how he'll react.
I was processing. My brain forgot that was an answer for a second. Honestly,
there's only one I'd be shocked if it won.
I mean, definitely Kwai. I know the community loves Kwai duel quite a bit. I'm going first. I'm going first answer. Oh no, wait. Which one? First was the
3v1.
3v1. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go second answer, which was what, Udius and Yugioh round 2.
Yugioh and Luke round 2.
No. Okay, well I've completely mixed all these. Whichever one was Udius Yugioh round 2. That was in there. I'm pretty sure I heard that.
It wasn't.
Well, all right. Well, I'm making it my no. I'll just stick with option 1 then. I'm going round 1, the 3v1.
That was the one I was very close to picking. If that's the right one, I'm going to be so upset.
I just completely lost all thought. Apparently,
it seems that the game has gotten to Dylan's head because the correct answer is Yugioh and Phaser versus Udius and Kwai duel. Dak leads 4-1.
And Dak, you know what? He that shouldn't even count. He fumbled his way to that answer. That is so ridiculous.
Did I, or am I just throwing you off your game?
I'm surprised by that, man. I mean, I know that one definitely has like the most star power, but Udius Kwai duel round 2 is so good. I'm surprised by that. I really am. But that one I don't even think is in my top. Oh, maybe it sneaks into my top 10. But I'm very surprised by that. The one that I would have been shocked though if it won was Yugioh versus Nail round 2. That one I would have. I'm shocked that was even nominated. I would have been shocked if that won. How much of the percent did that one get?
That one got 22 votes and 25.9% of the votes.
That's crazy.
It was in 3rd place.
What was in 4th?
It was tied for 2nd.
With Udius Kwai duel.
Wow.
Yeah, Yugioh versus Luke round 2 was in 4th place with 15.3% of the votes, or 13 votes.
Wow. All right. So Dak's leading 4-1. Question number 6.
Time to become a master, boys.
I've got to get everyone right.
It's the favorite Master era duel. Is it Yusei versus Zone? Soulburner versus Revolver round 2? Yusei, Jack, and Crow versus Godwin? Yugi versus Atem?
You go, Dak.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
This could be the most important moment of your
this
entire
one feels a lot
life.
tougher to pick. I know. I mean, your number 2 best friend is on the line. This is like crazy high stakes.
That spot on your shelf, looking real good.
It is. I mean, it's right there. I can see it. You'd be right there. It'll be on stream all the time.
You're gonna be on my Funko wall, Jake.
I mean,
That was really good delivery.
now I want there to be a custom Jake Funko. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go. Soul Burner Revolver.
You son of a bitch, because that is exactly what I'm gonna. That's exactly what I want to go with, but it's round 6.
You can do it.
I should not.
I can't because I have to gain on you. So I will go Yugi versus Atem, which probably should win this, but given my community and the people that voted, I think Soul Burner Revolver wins. But I'm gonna go Yugi Atem.
I love Yugi Atem.
With 43.5% of the votes, the winner is Yugi versus Atem. Dylan, you are still alive in this game.
And what's unbelievable is if I picked first, I would have picked Soul Burner Revolver. So that was a very undeserving point. But I'll take it 4-2 going into question 7. I'm still alive here. We're still alive here, baby. We're still alive.
Funniest guest moment. Your hee-hees and your ha-has for people who are not in the group.
Okay.
Let's find out.
By the way, before you read this, Jake, X-Slayer and Lorena, we are going to get you on probably closer to 9:30, probably closer to 10-15 minutes. Just want to give you an update.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, guys.
People.
Thank you both.
Funniest guest moments. Is it Latrell, Delayed, and Jake repeatedly changing costumes during Jump Festa? Is it Jake and Dylan just constantly insulting each other?
Classic.
Is it Entame throwing a pie in Dylan's face? Or lastly, I'm sure you'll remember this one, Dylan. Barrett Letty sprays Dylan with the money gun after no Yu-Gi-Oh is announced. Dylan, it is your pick.
Well, my community loves seeing me get things wrong. They love when things go wrong, in a comical way. So it's going to be one of those last two, I think. I'm going to go the Barrett Letty money gun. I think that is just an iconic culmination of what the last 15 months has been like for me on this channel and as a Yu-Gi-Oh anime fan.
Yeah, that was going to be my pick as well.
Well, you got the lead. You can still do it. I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, and that's what I am going to stick with because that moment was.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's become kind of a more of an iconic moment with how just recent it is. I mean,
Yep.
that was everybody's thing for this past Jump Fest. So when the money gun's coming out, who's going to shoot the money guns? Like,
oh my God, I know.
It would have been me if I was there. I want to make that very clear. And if anyone else would have tried to, I would have just bitten them right on the hand.
Well, you would have bit Pink because she ended up doing it.
I would never bite Pink. Pink could do no wrong, and she could do whatever she wants to. Anyway, with the highest vote percentage so far, with 50.6 of the vote, Barrett Letty sprays Dylan with the money gun is the correct answer.
Yeah, that's the right answer. How iconic that moment is, that's the right answer. So, all right, going into question 8, Dak has 5, I have 3.
And guess what?
What?
It's time for a little twist for the last 3 questions.
Oh, boy.
Each question will be worth 2 points.
Oh, okay. I like
snap.
that. I like that. All right. Okay. Beautiful.
All right. Funniest crew moment. A. Dylan walking off after Sevens got announced. B. Dylan's beef with Nick Yagi. C. Pete's Madam Rembrandt. D. Cal, and just in quotes, Oh Tussie.
Wait, what is the category again?
Funniest crew moment.
Oh man, that Callow Tussie one is just really unbelievable.
yeah.
Dak, you go first.
I know. I do. And I mean, I can't not pick the Otussi. That moment.
Everybody
was,
pour one out for Oh Tussie.
No, don't do that. I am, you know what? I'm going to stick with the legacy That is the Madam Web rant. I think that has a very, very big impact on people. I'm going to go Pete's Madam Web rant for the sweep here.
With 42.4% of the vote, it was Dylan walking off after Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 got announced. People really did just laugh at your pain.
And I really did. I underestimated people. The people enjoy seeing me miserable. There's a great moment. So I walk off camera. Pete's over on the other side of the basement. I lay on the floor and I look at Pete and I excuse my language, but I just audibly say, dude, what the fuck? I audibly say that. And again, I apologize for the foul language. And you can hear it on the stream. Now, I thought I was far enough away from the mic. It's not when we were using these really good mics. We were using the Blue Yeti. And the mic picks it up. And you can just hear me in the background as like Caliber is talking. You just go, what the that was a brutal moment, man. Brutal moment. All right, so it's still 5-3. 2 questions left.
And it's pretty cool how good 7's was. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. I would agree with that.
Second to last category, favorite stream. This one has the highest vote percentage. So the winner of this has the most amount of cumulative votes.
So it should be the easiest one.
Is it A, Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles 1, Dylan roasts Konami for mishandling of Chronicles. Go Rush finale watch along. Super Mario Sunshine Race. The Early Days collection stream.
When this question was asked, there was only one stream that came rushing into my head. It is the craziest stream I've ever done. The Early Days collection stream. I'm going to lock that in. That's my final answer.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer too. I mean, I didn't even have to hear the choices. The second, the second that came up, I was like, yeah, that behemoth.
I mean, what a stream, man! What a stream. So that's going to be both of our answers, Jake.
Dak, are you sure you want to make that your answer?
I do.
All right, I'm not going to try to talk you out of it. You both are correct.
I'm fine with that.
57.6% of the votes.
And I'm fine with that because Dak has to pick first on this next question, so it basically gives me 3 options because I can't pick what he picks. Dak leads 7-5. The best I can do is tie. I'm still in it, though, after a really bad start.
Friends.
Final question.
We're all best friends.
Yes, then we're all best friends. Jake, give us the final Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything award.
How else could we have ended it than favorite all-time video?
Sure.
Is it A, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Iceberg, B, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Timeline video, the updated one, ranking all DM duels, or rating Yu-Gi-Oh! Hot takes?
Let me just say this. I really thought when this category was read that one of these nominations was going to be the Nick T. Mom video. And if that won, I was going to be leaving. The stream would have been over and I would have left the house and went on a nice long drive. So I'm happy that one was not nominated. Dak, it's your pick.
All right. Those are all some fun videos. Definitely. They're all good and kind of iconic in their own way. But just for the drama, I'm going to have you read all 4 choices again. I want this to be as settled and serious as possible.
I like that.
Ranking all Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters duels. Rating Yu-Gi-Oh! Hot takes. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Iceberg. The updated Yu-Gi-Oh! Timeline video.
Ranking all duels.
All right, Dylan. And I will tell you, that was not the correct answer.
And that would not have been my guess. And I like that you told me because it wouldn't have been my guess, but now it just makes Dak have to sweat it out. I do not think it's the hot takes video. That one would shock me. I think it's between Iceberg or Timeline. There is like a community element of the Iceberg because I did that obviously with Dak, Colin, and Latrell. My favorite part of that, I can't remember if it's Colin or Latrell, are in a room with a window. And if you start watching that video and then fast forward to like the 3-hour mark, the room that they're in is then like pitch black because it shows how long we were recording that freaking video.
Yeah.
I think the finished product is like 4 hours, but we probably recorded for like 5 or 6 hours. Oh, dude, I really do have a lot of credit for Dak, Colin, and Latrell for doing that video with me. Huge shout out to them. That being said, there's something special about the timeline theory. I'd actually feel more confident if it was the first one. I think I have to go with the video that truly changed my life, put me on the map for so many people. Yes, it was the first part of this, but that is Timeline Part 2. That's my final answer.
You know the best part of Survivor
No.
is when they wait to reveal the results until a couple months pass. So let's bring in our next person that we got to talk to. No, I'm kidding. Dylan, you got it right.
Let's
you
go.
both are tied. We are all best friends. That means I get to sit on both of your shelves.
That's right.
And learn both of your secrets.
The Jake Funko's going right there. Beautiful.
There is a Jake Funko Pop, by the way.
There should be.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Fun game. And Jake, thank you for putting that together. I really want to thank you. I want to thank everybody who voted for it. Man, what a fun freaking game that was. Dak, good guessing, man. Good guessing.
Yep.
Can I say, I know we're running a little close, but there are a few people I really need to thank.
Yeah.
Thank a few people. Yep.
There were so many people from the community that wanted to be involved by either hosting their own segment or hosting an infomercial. They took videos. Pink Penguin and Angie, they both sent in complete videos. Dak, you also were one of the people who were going to send in a video. Also, Dylan, I don't think you knew this. Avria, thank you so much for working on me for the part. For what was going to be your part in the video, but we don't have a video.
Did not know that.
We got your wife.
That's wild to me. I did not know that. She never hinted at that. She's not good at keeping secrets, so I'm very impressed by that. Very impressed.
Anyway, thank you all so much for wanting to be a part of it. I'm sorry it's not like a video like I originally intended, but I thought it would be cool to just do this with Dylan and Dak and get it get it into the world, you know? So thank you all. Thank you everyone for voting. And I will shut up so we can bring in people into the call room.
Let's bring them in. We got X-Slayer and Lorena waiting. We're going to start with X-Slayer. Jake, thank you. Thank you to everybody who made the community awards possible. You guys are freaking great. And then, of course, if we have some outstanding super chats, which I believe we definitely do, we're going to read them after the call-ins. X-Slayer, we're going to pull him in, start with him, see how he is feeling on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. X-Slayer, it is great to hear from you, my friend. How's everything going?
Okay, man. It's all right. So tired right now after coming out for the workout.
I was gonna say, I mean, dude, if you're not working like your job, you're hitting the gym, man. I just feel like your gym job, it's unbelievable, man.
I know that the surgery is just so crazy. I'm just don't know how I'm handling it.
Well, you're handling it like a boss, man. Listen, X-Slayer, I would love to know just kind of what's on your mind in the Yu-Gi-Oh space. Anything you want to talk about?
Not really. I think the two callers kind of point out about calling animation. I got nothing to say about that mostly. Same with the card game. Like, we don't know nothing that's going on there except for, like, I don't know, what is the next cover pack for Chaos Origins, which is the next May set.
You think it's BLS? You think it's BLS?
I think it's BLS.
Yeah.
There are two chances. It's BLS or the Dark Magician. They've been hinting more BLS. I would not be surprised if it's Dark Magician. Because there were something similar with Chaos or something like Chaos last time they do it. It was DM BLS related.
Yeah, no, I think there's a really good chance for BLS, which is going to be really, really cool. Yeah, I mean, listen.
I hope it's BLS.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, the card stuff has been really cool. I mean, it really has been. Like the overframes. I think that stuff has been really cool.
It's been cool. It's funny enough. It's like people are kind of scared for that new Rocket card. Oh my god, that card is so nasty to even see being play. I'm kind of scared to face it.
So you think Rockets have a chance? You think Revolver's deck has a chance of being meta?
Yes, it's coming. Like, dealing good It's for all.
D-Link good. All right, you heard it here first, man. Well, definitely not first, but
No, not first. I'm saying Papa say it first. He's the one that say it first. It's dealing good.
D-Link good. X-Slayer, listen, man. People loved your call in the night before Jump Festa when you trolled me. I would love to know, genuinely, you're way too early. Jump Festa 2026 predictions. How are you feeling, man?
I'll be honest. I would not even make a prediction at this moment until like mid to late this year. Just right now, I just don't want to.
All right, so
I don't want to gauge you guys up. I'm
Okay.
just going to say
Alright.
quiet. Just
Well, I'm going to give you an alternate
what is it?
prediction then. If you're not
What
gonna,
is
if
it,
you
Vincent?
can't speak on Jump Festa, I want your over under on some, not counting the overframes, some Cyber Dragon support this year.
Woo. You really want me to predict that? I think there was a leak about the new Cyber Dragon stuff. It's like an old retrade of Cyber Dragon himself is coming out. It might get revealed this month, but who knows?
All right,
just don't
X-Slayer
like
given at least X-Slayer's given one of us hopium, and he's playing into the Cyber Dragon
take
stuff.
Take it.
X-Slayer, really though, man. You know, like, do you have any like feelings on like if this is good news for a Yu-Gi-Oh anime or irrelevant news, like in regards to the new anime that Konami's doing in October? Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think like I said in the beginning, I think Bio and Spec Tubes kind of like dip saying a lot of
Fair.
things about the whole
Fair.
that. I have nothing to say. Be honest, like they already used the topic already. There's
Yeah.
like nothing I can say about it.
No, that's fair.
But yeah,
Respectable.
It's very
Yeah.
respectable. X, listen, dude, I plan on doing another pre-show for Jump Festa. Now, listen, it's 315 days away. Can you commit 315 days away that you'll be a call-in for that pre-show?
maybe most likely. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take the maybe as a yes. X-Slayer, listen, dude, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. I hope you have a great rest of your week and get some rest, man, if you're exhausted. Get some rest.
Yeah, had to get ready for the anniversary tonight for Master Duel.
Nice.
It's a big one. It's a big, yeah. There's supposedly like rumors about. There's like rumors about SP and IP new arts coming out to the game early than I thought. So there might be a chance they might reveal it to the game. You might get a solo gate too, like like last year with Side Strikers. They might do the same thing with IP and SP as well.
Oh, that would be so cool. Get a little lore about them. Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, technically they are Lord because they're connected to Light Twins.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it would be awesome to just see those. Like, I do enjoy the solo gates in Master Duel because they do a good job of like outlining the basics of the lore. Cool.
Well, this one's gonna be. This one might be like the same one, but last year with Side Strikers, like they're gonna swap the animation of the Light Twins and SP. IP.
That would be
There might be a
really
chance.
cool. Yeah, no, there definitely is a chance. I mean, the anniversary, they always seem to do really cool stuff. So
They do.
I'm very excited for it. Well, yeah, I hope you have fun playing it and keep killing it in X-Slayer, man. I keep killing it in Master Duel. I saw that you were like top 8 in the freaking in the
Deck Master.
Yeah, dude, keep killing it, man.
Deck
You're
Master,
unbelievable.
There's like one coming up this week. If you got top 3, you're gonna be there's like in the 28th there will be like a VTuber tournament you have to compete in. So that's they're doing Konami's doing the Hollow Live stuff again. So
Cool. That'd be awesome.
You got this.
You got it,
Win
man.
it. Bring it home.
I could, but if I survive,
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, make sure you don't put your health at risk. But X-Slayer,
true.
it's always so great to talk to you, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day and good luck with Master Duel this weekend.
You guys too.
Yeah, take care, buddy. I love talking to X-Slayer. He is he just cracks me up, man.
Always a great time.
And he is like a really good Master Duel player. I mean, I've said it many times that I think, obviously my community is more like based in the anime, but like I think he's one of the best Master Duel players, if not the best, that's like super active in my community. So very easy to root for, very funny guy. And shout out to X-Slayer, man. Awesome having on. We're going to have on a gal that we had on for Jump Festa as well, right? We definitely had Lorena on for Jump Festa. So let's bring in Lorena. Let's see what is on her mind. So we'll bring her in right now. Lorena, what's going on? How are you doing today? Lorena, you might have your mic muted.
We are technically a minute so early.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Lorena, can you hear us? We might be experiencing some...
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Oh,
Hey.
beautiful. Lorena, what's going on? How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about everyone else?
I'm doing good. Jake, how are you
Good.
doing, man?
I'm just swell.
Lorena, it's great to hear from you again. You were another one that called in during Jump Festa, or before Jump Festa, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Would love to know, what do you want to talk about?
I really don't think it's that big of a deal that we don't have an anime right now.
Okay.
Because I do think there's still hope for that. I don't think it's been long enough to start panicking just yet. But I do want to be completely honest. There are still plenty of ways to milk Duel Links and extend its lifetime without one. And for some of Duel Link's updates, I just don't think it makes sense for them to make them if they aren't going to continue investing in the franchise. So, to start, just think about the card customization options they've added.
Right.
And why even spend the budget on animated cards if they see a dying game?
That's true. I mean, that is true. I think, yeah, it is funny with Duel Links, right? Because, like, it's been going on for so long, but we got data recently that showed it is still profitable. Like, not as profitable as it once was, but it's still profitable. And as long as it's still profitable, there's no real, like, reason to be nervous about it. I guess I just get nervous about it because, like, it'll reach a point where, like, you run out of characters, theoretically. But to your point, not only did they add, like, custom card, characterization stuff, they also revamped DM World to get all these anime characters in. We're still missing Darts, Raphael, Siegfried. So that's stuff that could definitely last another year or two. So, Lorena, it's a very good point. Duel Links maybe not as we don't need to worry about it maybe as much as some of us do.
Yes, I don't think we need to worry about the anime either because I still think we'll get Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 at some point. So we just have to be patient.
I love the optimism. Lorena, I do, because there's a point for everyone where the fear will really overtake you. And it's like, okay, now I'm genuinely worried. What do you think, like, what year would it be where you would be like, I'm starting to get a little nervous about Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime? Would it be like after this coming Jump Festa? Would it be like 3 years? Like, how are you feeling in regards to that timeline for yourself?
I feel like that would depend on Duel Links' schedule, and because depending on how Duel Links is going, I feel like if it were to end, I'd be like, okay, I'm not so sure we're getting another anime.
Right. So I mean, and by the way, it's a fair thing. I mean, Duel Links is like the last consistent, like, linking of an anime that we have in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Space. So linking those two certainly makes a lot of sense. So I would love to know, like, as long as Duel Links continues to go, you will still feel very confident that, like, we'll get another Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm pretty open-minded and thinking we will.
Okay. No, I mean, I love that. Listen, I think it's amazing to have that sort of, like, optimism and positivity. And yeah, right, like, as long as they're still investing in Duel Links, it is the anime. So, yeah, it makes sense. Dak or Jake, do you have any comments or questions for Lorena?
I like that theory.
Yeah. No, it's a good theory. That now, I guess my question is, I know one of Dylan's big hopes is an anime tied to Duel Links. So do you think that is ever a possibility to happen?
I really hope so.
Me too. I mean, it would be so freaking cool. I don't need to rant about it for the 90th time, but yeah, I mean, it would be really, really cool. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they, like, touch on any of the, like, lines that they did in the Vrains event in 2022. We'll see, or 2023, excuse me, but we'll see. Lorena, do you have any other final words here before we let you go for the night?
I don't really have much else to add.
Okay, no, and that's totally fine. Listen, thank you for giving us a call. Thank you for I think instilling some positivity and some optimism, like, hey, let's all calm down. Like, we still could get an anime in a year or 2 years. Nothing to be really worried about right now. And I love that. It's hard for me because I'm just like, very frantic. I think that's a good word to use. But I think that is a really, really elegant way to put it. Lorena, always great talking to you. Love the profile pic, by the way. And thank you so much for the call-in tonight.
You're welcome. See you guys later.
See you later, Lorena. Have a good one. She is very nice. She is very, very nice. So huge thank you to Lorena for calling in. Jake, I mean, speak about that optimism, man. That is the kind of optimism the world needs, is it not?
Whoa, that's a big
No
question. Yeah,
The Yu-Gi-Oh world.
I mean, desperately, the Yu-Gi-Oh world needs optimism just as much as it needs kindness. And I believe that if we do put our best foot forward and show that optimism on a daily basis, that we could change the world together. Is that what you want, Dylan? Is that the answer you wanted?
Yeah, I mean that. Do you like how I just dropped like a huge question on you?
A nice philosophical question out of the blue.
No, Lorena though brings up a lot of good points. Like Duel Links is still going, so why would we like not get a Yu-Gi-Oh anime down the road? Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, huge shout out to Lorena. Huge shout out to X-Slayer. I believe we have a couple of super chats and channel memberships that we can read, and then we might have a couple of voicemails to play, and then we got Ryu Matrix's call top of the hour, and then we'll wrap things up here on episode 12 of the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh show. Dak, you're good to go.
Yeah, so we got 78 months from K.
Had to be K. Had to be K or Cal.
Apple Cheeks. Oh, at Obelisk Blue, of course. Saying, so how we doing, boys? Holy S, is that the Legends, Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, Dak FTW, and Jake Goes Online? Oh, I can tell you.
Legends, I would call the two men sitting next to me legends. Legends is the big word for me, but I do appreciate that Apple Cheeks. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Worst thing I've ever heard you say.
I prefer Savior.
Jake saved my channel. That Akira Zaizen debate really rejuvenated the channel.
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised that debate was not nominated for anything, considering I'm right.
You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. And
my mom said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
And I had a lovely dinner last night with a man who was very intelligent.
With the photo of that was good.
All right, Kay, thank you for the 78 months. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Kay.
Oh, hi, Kay.
We've got $10 from Supreme Kai.
Wow, thank you, Supreme Kai.
Do you think Yu-Gi-Oh! Should have their own event to announce updates, new games, or shows like Dragon Ball had with Genkaidama event, and how Digimon has with Digimon Con?
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is definitely big enough where they can have something like this. I mean, we've seen them do things before. Like, Dak, would you consider like what they did like with Next Turn similar to that? Or are the cons that Supreme Kai is talking about, I'm not as familiar with, are those more in-person cons?
I mean, they are. I mean, obviously with a con, it can always vary if it'll be, streamed or if it'll be, in person or online or whatnot. But, a lot of them, I think, do kind of fall into that category of it's, kind of a, like the old, like Nintendo Directs or like the E3 when they would have their kind of panels and showcases. More than anything, we get some nice announcements, some nice updates. It's streamed, everybody can watch and enjoy.
It's annually, Dak. It's once a year.
I mean, with them, they're not always annually. Like
okay.
With some of them, I mean, I can't imagine that like Digimon Con, for example, having big announcements. Be annual if they haven't done anything. This is the first real year that they've been doing stuff. But Digimon Con apparently is once a year, so glad to hear that I am immediately getting corrected because I appreciate that. I just learned something.
Well, I think
I wouldn't have expected it with them not having anything.
Right. Yeah, and I wasn't too sure of it either. I mean, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jake's snap call was absolutely, they should have something like this. And I think we've
100%.
Seen them trying to do that a little more. Last year I believe was the first year with Next Turn. I'm very interested to see if they do Next Turn again, because I think that was in like March. Or actually, it may have even been February, but will Next Turn maybe be a yearly thing? I think they should definitely do stuff. They are a big enough IP. They are a big enough company where they should have their own consistent events. I think though, Supreme Kai, to the point of like having these events, they have to have something cool to announce. My thing would be like, outside of card reveals, which just happen naturally in the atmosphere, the ecosystem, is there something big enough for them to announce at these events? And I don't know if there necessarily has been outside of what was revealed at Jump Festa already.
That's where they maybe take it a step back, make it a Konami con. They've got plenty of IPs.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Have your Yu-Gi-Oh segment, even if there's nothing super big, you still have your little segment. Like,
you go over the reminders,
Yeah. So you kind of where everything's at and kind of go from there.
Konami Con's got a good ring to it, too. They should do it.
Konami.
Konami. Well, that...
Konami.
That's a little on the nose.
Right. Thank you, Supreme Kai. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Yes. We have another 5 from Supreme Kai.
Thank you so much, Kai.
Saying, also, do you think Master Duel killed Yu-Gi-Oh games on console? So I'm going to interpret that to probably mean, just obviously that like the shift we've seen where there hasn't been really a game since Master Duel and Duel Links, for the most part. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to maybe take it first. I mean, my thoughts on it.
I can, but...
Well, I'll give my quick thoughts. My thoughts are very simple. I think Master Duel. We just got the data, right, Dak? That Master Duel was insanely successful. It makes them an amazing amount of money. I'm not gonna blame it on Master Duel's success as much as I'm going to blame it on Konami's lack of risk taking and invention and ingenuity in the space. Early on, you would always get these really interesting, wacky Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games. Reshef, Jewels of the Roses, Forbidden Memories, all these wacky titles that some followed the game and some didn't because of, the time of the year it was. But things changed long before Master Duel. I mean, after Arc 5 Tag Force, Link Evolution, Legacy of the Duelist. The Sevens game is the most, innovative video game that they've made that's not just like a pure simulator, I would argue, in the last 10 years. So I'm not going to blame it on Master Duel's success. I just think Konami has gotten extremely lazy with Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, and it's a shame. But, Master Duel, a simulator is what the community wanted for a very, very long time. And I think Master Duel is actually a very good simulator. Well, it's a pretty good sim. I mean, sure, it's got issues. It's a good simulator. It's a good simulator.
It is. It's fine.
Yeah.
It could be expanded upon, but I mean, at its core, it is a fine simulator. It's
Agreed.
A fine loop.
Agreed. And so
obviously, yeah.
But I think it's more on just Konami, man. I think it's more on Konami just being lazy and lackadaisical with the IP. I really do.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, looking back, even just getting to watch the streams of the retro games you've been doing, or the ones that I'll play on my own. There's so many they could easily be doing, having expanded upon Nightmare Trapper, kind of Mario Party, or whatever with Yu-Gi-Oh. They could have easily done a lot of those things and just keep tweaking and having fun with it. Dungeon Dice Masters, or Monsters, they have these different versions and games, and they just don't do anything with them. Oh cool, we pumped out a game, we're done with it. Move on. Where's some of that stuff? Give us things like those random things where you try, because they don't want to throw the risk or take the risk, throw the money at it, but you have that one that hits and pops off, and then now you have a second big, kind of a bag of money kind of coming back in, and people wanting more and more of it's sequel 3 time of Yu-Gi-Oh Party, or whatever, and just False Kingdom, all these fun different random things. Do something.
Yeah, take a risk. Yu-Gi-Oh used to take so much risks back in the day. Take a Master Duel and Duel Links are killing it. I mean, some people might say, well, they took a risk. It was called Cross Duel. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot.
I can't even count Cross Duel as a risk because of how quick they shut it down. They didn't even give it a chance.
Sure, that's fair.
I never got to play it.
I never got to play it either. I never got to play it.
Cross Duel is the example of Konami as a joke, not knowing how to do anything with their IPs.
Yeah.
You know, at all. Like I know I saw someone the other day was telling me like they would love like a Yu-Gi-Oh like Fire Emblem style game, which would be pretty interesting. You know, more of a tactical kind of, you know, controlling your guys. Like there's so many different things they could do that would be great fun. You know, you have characters. Where's more wheelie breakers? You want to dip into the Mario Kart scene or the, you know, Sonic Cross Worlds? Got a bunch of characters who ride that already. You know, you could easily have short little, you know, duels or find ways to have, you know, a fun little kind of clash on your motorcycle. You know, there's so much stuff they could do.
Dude, and you just get like 5D. You could just have the 5Ds and Vrains casts because they all ride. They all ride on either a D wheel or like a board. So like, you know, and then if you wanted to add like, you know, the protagonists like Yuma and Yugioh as like secret unlockable characters, and you know, I mean, yeah, there's so much fun like crap that they can do, and they just don't, and they won't. But I don't. So Supreme Kai, I don't blame that on Master Duel. I more so blame it on Konami.
Oh, money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, in the company, they can't afford to take those risks.
Yeah, but great question, Kai, and I definitely miss those wacky games. I really, really do. Great question. Thank you so much for the super chat.
And the last one I have here on my end is from good old Ice Aiden once again with another $5.
Aiden.
Saying, I prefer Jey Uso and Sami Zayn over Roman Reigns anytime. That Rumble was horrible. It's why I like Jaden over Yusaku.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Jey Uso guy. I am a huge fan of Sami Zayn, and I was very hopeful he was going to win the title, and I hope that he gets the payoff at some point and wins a major title, because he's been very close many times, and I really do like Sami Zayn. I like Reigns. Yeah, the Royal Rumble is my favorite event, my favorite WWE pay-per-view every year. I was not the biggest fan of it this year. I thought the women's only having one surprise, which was, you know, Brie Bella at like 28 or 29. There was no real shocks up until that point. The men's was very, very predictable. Brock Lesnar got like eliminated in the middle of like, you know, Jey Uso like yeeting and doing his entrance, and they like made a very small deal of it. Like, you know, I don't know. There were a lot of things in that Rumble that I really did not like. So, yeah, wasn't a big fan of the Rumble, but I am excited for Reigns Punk. I think that could be really, really good. I think the build up to that's going to be really fun. But, yeah, I definitely like Sami Zayn a lot. Ice Aiden, thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, I think we have one last caller, and I think he might be ready. He's in the waiting room, so I assume he is.
In the waiting room.
So we're going to bring him in. Dak, would you like to introduce him?
Yes, so this is a wonderful legend. This is the wonderful Ryu Matrix.
Ryu Matrix. Oh, what is going on, man?
Woo! Oh, it's been so long. What's up, my goats?
Dude, it has been long, but like, man, yeah, it's been long. What? It's great to hear from you, dude. So, what is on your mind? What's, you know, I know last time pre-Jump Festa, you hit us with a lot of random questions, which I loved. So, if you want to do that again, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to talk Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, you tell us what's on your mind, man, and we'll do our best to answer.
You know, funny you mentioned it. I've got a few burning questions. These are all sports related this time.
Okay.
Not sure if I'll touch the other questions, but we'll see.
All right. Yeah, of course. Do what you got to do.
Round one. Do you have any favorite NBA players who have a height of 6'7"?
6'7", I'm giving.
I was waiting for
Hold on. And I just played.
waiting for it to click.
I just played the sound alert. Jake, your better half loves the 6'7" meme, right?
She does not love the 6'7" meme.
Jake, she's not watching. You can admit it.
Okay, she loves the 6'7". She would do it all of the time. She would do it all the time.
She strikes me as a 6'7" gal. Yeah, she does.
Hey.
No, it's not a bad thing.
That's my girlfriend.
Hold on. Whoa. Announcement time. No, I'm kidding. Hold on. Hold on.
Whoa.
I'm a huge 6'7" guy. I'm playing it all
Yeah,
the
you
time.
would be.
I'm honoring
You heard it. Clip a chat. Clip that. You heard him.
Ryu. I do not have any I don't know any basketball players that are that height.
Okay.
What's your
should I
next
say
one?
this? Okay, whatever. Next
You
question.
want me to throw the Nick T answer in there? Is Allen Iverson still around?
Yeah, Nick T. You're right. Is cool. Yeah,
Allen Iverson is 6'0".
6'0".
Nowhere near.
Are you're a big NBA guy, Ryu?
Oh yeah.
What's your team?
It changes. I'm rooting for the Hornets this season.
Okay. Do you follow like a player?
Actually, Yuki Kawamura.
Okay. No,
Short
I love
King.
that. Short King. Love that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Short Kings.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Short Kings, my second question. So, this is inspired by your recent tennis podcast. Inspired by your recent tennis podcast, the Arc 5 episode 2 podcast.
Yep.
How much does height matter in tennis? I saw, whenever I check, that professional tennis players are often 6 foot plus in height. So how much does height matter?
So height matters more than you'd think, because think about it. If you have more height, you can run on the court back and forth a little easier because you have longer strides. Yeah. Also, the big thing with tennis is holding your serve. That's very, very important. And when you're tall, you can get a lot of height on throwing the ball up, jumping in the air. And the higher you get that ball in the air when you toss up a serve and jump to spike it and serve it, the better, the more speed you can get on the ball, the better angles you can get on the ball. I would say height matters not as much as in some other sports like basketball, but being tall is definitely beneficial in tennis for those reasons.
Cool.
Yeah, especially
advantage.
Just it's just really math, right? Because if you're 6'4" versus 6 flat and the jump is the same, those extra 4 inches that you're getting in the air, 4 inches can make a big difference. Those extra 4 inches that you're getting in the air, you're getting more power behind it, right? You're getting more torque, more angle. And so in a world where, they talk about life being a game of inches, 4 inches matters. Yes.
I can see the other
spaces.
spaces.
4 inches of your life.
Well, I don't know why Jake's cracking up. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, you know a lot about 4 inches.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Ryu, come on, man. Don't play into this guy.
Ryu's my goat, all right?
Oh
we
my
met
God.
in the waiting room for the last Jump Festa call, and he's been my boy ever since.
Who do you think the number one best friend we were competing? We didn't finish.
Right, Ryu's the number one best friend. Ryu, all right. What is your next question, my man?
Okay. Sorry, chat. Is there a bet out there on if the Super Bowl's team's combined score equals 67?
So there's not a bet for me. I would love to make that bet with a Dredger or someone, because Dredger's a betting man. So I would love to do that. I'm assuming Jake, your better half, has money on that, which is great. I think she should. She's a big supporter of that number, which is awesome. It's not a bad thing. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
She's not watching. Don't worry. She's not watching. It's fine.
Yes, she is. You've burned me once. You can't do it again.
Ryu, I never have chat up on the Wednesday night streams because it distracts me too much. So I never actually know who's watching and who's not. Oh man. All right, Ryu. What else you got, man?
Before you go to the next question, I think we got to
watching.
circle back.
I recognize that.
Wait, Dak, what did you say?
I think we have to circle on back to that. If you want to bet that badly, we'll make the bet.
I'll bet you, coward.
We'll make one now. If you're so confident that 6-7 will be the final score of the Super Bowl, I'll go against you. We can bring those masks right back. If it's not 6-7.
No. What if it's
Dredge?
No, I can't. I now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think the stats are there.
No, it's just the Anubis mask for you. No, I won't make you get the Bills.
So what would it be? It would be if it's like 38-29. No, that's too awkward of numbers. No, I rescind my bet. I'm not making.
Literally, there only has to be like a 7-point difference of some kind. It could be 60-7. You don't know.
Yeah, it just has to add up to 67.
Yeah, but that's not like common. You guys are making it sound like it happens every third game. That's
It does.
It's not our fault you lack whimsy.
you it's literally a bet designed for you. How are you gonna not do that?
They used to call
It's your
me.
jam.
They used to call me Mr. Whimsy in college. I'm like a whimsical man.
Clearly, you've aged out of it. Though.
No, like literally, like the faculty would say, "Oh, well, you know, we can't really help. You got to talk to Mr. Whimsy," and people would line up at the door, and we'd talk.
So,
Can we call you Mr. Whimsy?
You
Dred
could call me
was
Mr.
offering
Whimsy.
150 in cash as his bet stake.
He's betting on.
he
Yeah,
said.
well, I would bet 150 in cash
So-
too against it.
So you'd rather do that than getting a new.
No, I'm not making any bets. See, you see what you did, Ryu? I'm not making any bets. Anyway, Mr. Whimsy, I'm taking control of the call again. Ryu, what's your next question?
Well, those are all my burning ones, unless you want to hear my other questions.
I want to hear
all
your
your
other
questions.
questions. I want to hear your other
Oh,
questions.
okay.
It,
Do you have time for like 6 of them?
What did you say?
Do you have time for 6 more questions?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have time for like 6 or 7 more questions.
Dylan, stop. Get help.
Okay.
I'm done. I'm done.
Correct me. Nick T confirmed his album release date. Is that right?
Yeah, so big news
Yes.
coming out of the Nameling camp. End of February. I don't know the exact day, Ryu, but end of February is when the album is coming out. Very, very cool. Yes.
Oh, he gave me a date. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share.
Oh, you can
I'd rather
share it.
hear
He's
from
shared a
him.
date. Is it
Yeah,
like
you can
February
share it.
27th?
He won't watch. He won't watch. Yeah. February 27, I think.
Yeah, and he won't watch. You're exactly right about that. So
He's lurking.
if there's ever any like secret about Nick T that you have to get off your chest, write it in my YouTube live stream. Like that is the best way to do it, where it's guaranteed he will never lay eyes upon it. Yep.
Oh, I got a
gosh.
good one.
What's a good one?
You got a good one.
I'm not saying it on stream.
Okay. Well, he's not going to listen.
Save
I'm
the
not
draft for the
saying
call.
it on stream.
Ryu, we're very excited. I've listened to your remix many times. We're very excited for the album.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Question 2. Did you get the sled down the hill?
No, I didn't. I will be getting a sled, and it's great because actually there have been many, many kids that have like sledded down that hill since the snowstorm and ice storm has come, which is really, really cool. I will be purchasing a sled when my kids, when I have kids down the road, I will be purchasing a sled for them. But me sledding down the hill, I thought about like diving down it, like to say this is what would have happened, you know, if Yu-Gi-Oh got announced, but I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Skip this next question. Oh, wait. I should not ask this one.
Jesus Christ.
After dark, you can ask whatever you want.
Yeah, I cannot ask this.
Okay.
I respect it.
Ryu got
Oh,
nervous.
dude.
All right, Ryu, we're going
The
to
pressure's
do
on.
two more questions, Ryu.
Yeah. Question 3. Have you ever tried drumming?
Yes.
No, yeah, Jake, you talk about it. I have not personally. I've played a little bit of the drums. I mean, I've played a little bit of the the bass, but I have not tried drumming. The boss. Jake, you go.
I can hold a little bit of a tempo, but once it starts getting too fast, it gets too confusing for my little hands.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't
fair.
blame you.
Yeah, that's the extent of my drumming too.
Ryu,
Just a little bit.
you're a music engineer. Could you make this sound good? Going fast makes me feel alive. My heart beats in hyperdrive.
Yeah.
Well, I could until Jake said yeah.
Shit.
Can we do a take 2?
Yeah, of course. Going fast makes me feel alive. My heart beats in hyperdrive.
Okay,
Took
I'll
everything
get
in
to
me to
work with
not
that
say
right
yeah.
after this.
Get to work with it, Rio. And if you can make that sound good, me and you. Well, I'm already going to be. I'm just right now, Rio. I'm going to commission you right now. I'm just getting my taxes in order because as a content creator, I owe a crazy amount of money. So I think I'm doing it this weekend. But Rio is gonna make some Yu-Gi-Oh lo-fi music for me and the channel, which I'm really excited to commission him for. And maybe I'll do a cover of Hyperdrive, upload it to the channel.
Yeah. Let me whenever you're available, whenever you're taking care of everything, let me know.
Thank you, my man. Yeah, hopefully after this weekend, I'll know what I owe, and then we'll be good to go. But thank you so much, Ryu. And what is your final question here, my man?
I'm gonna need those
It's already
rates,
been.
too.
Final question's already been answered. I'm excited to launch your singing career. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh yeah, dude. No, I'm down. You know what's so annoying? My mom has a great voice. Like, she is a singer, and I'm always annoyed that like it skipped me. But then again, I never took like singing lessons, and so maybe if I took singing lessons, that would have helped.
Yeah.
The best trick I heard for singing lessons before I started singing was I would imitate voices on the radio and then get comfortable, and it would help me find my natural singing voice.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, your better half, Jake, is a very good singer.
She is a professional.
Yes. I've heard her live. Yeah.
It's true.
You weren't there. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but I'm kidding.
Okay, hold on. Dylan's making a joke about me getting deathly ill and having to be out of a performance and in the hospital.
Wait, whoa.
I mean, he said it was his favorite part.
Hang on. I got dinner with the guy before the show. I got dinner with him before the show.
It's true. I was walking with a cane.
Yeah, I forgot how sick you were. I'm happy you're better.
Wait. Okay.
Ryu, do you have any other questions, man? Come on, I love these questions.
No, that's it. Unless I improvise.
No,
all night.
well, Ryu, dude, I'm so grateful for you calling in. I'm very excited for the music and the magic that we are going to make in 2026. Ryu Matrix, everyone.
Okay.
The official
Cheers.
Yu-Gi-Oh engineer, the engineer of Yu-Gi-Oh everything musically. Ryu, have a wonderful rest of your night, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ryu. Good stuff as always. All right, that is Ryu Matrix, everyone. A great guy, a very nice guy. Honestly, everybody that called in tonight, wonderful people. Vital, Specs, X, Lorena, and Ryu. Wonderful people. Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably at the end here. Oh, we have another donation. Axel Hero, thank you so much for the $5 donation using the link. I appreciate that, my man. Talked to Axel here earlier today in the Discord. Great guy. I wonder what costs and pays off more between a Yu-Gi-Oh anime and Yu-Gi-Oh game in a year span. I got lucky to play Cross Duel, and as confusing as the rules were, I was enjoying it much to the point where I stopped playing Duel Links. Bring back that damn game, Konami. Dak, as the only other person on this panel that played Cross Duel, what were your thoughts? I never really got to talk to you. Did you play Cross Duel?
I did. I think I'm the only person on this panel who played Cross Duel.
Yes, yeah, no, that's what I meant.
In the group who's played.
Yeah, no, and I may have misspoke, but that's what I meant. What were your thoughts on it? I never got your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
Okay,
pretty much the best I can say. It was just like you said. It was kind of weird. It's just a weird system. More than anything, kind of definitely took a little bit to kind of get used to. With kind of having your 3x3, but you're having like your 4-way battles, and you're not straight up dueling. So you're kind of summoning your monster, and it's going like straight across, or whatever, kind of following a little path to attack somebody. Like, it was interesting. It was a unique concept. I would have loved to have been able to play with it more than the 2 times I got to do it. But
that game, dude.
There was no reason for them to full on nuke it that I can feasibly think of, unless they had some sort of trouble behind the scenes that they just don't want to talk about. Because the timing of how short-lived it was, the fact that they completely turned it off, like like some games, they'll say, all right, our servers are done or whatever, but you can play online, you can play locally.
Yeah.
That game had the ability to play against AI or whatever, bots or whatever. So why couldn't you just do that and you just not support it anymore?
Right.
Instead of just so something weird happened with it, I think. And it's a shame, because it could have been fun. It was unique, it was interesting. It was what we were talking about, wish we saw more of, is something out of left field. That kind of, just a different style in the game.
I mean, Axel Hero wrote that he was enjoying it so much he stopped playing Duel Links. So, clearly there were people that really got to play it. Jake and I were not 2 of those people, but there were people who got to play it and really enjoyed it. So it's a shame that it just kind of ended the way that it did. But my friends, it is always such a pleasure being able to talk with you guys, hang out with you guys. I want to thank everybody who called in. I want to thank everybody who super chatted and donated. A lot of very generous messages tonight and donations. Thank you so much. And I especially want to thank Dak and Jake for joining me, taking hours out of their night, their busy lives, seriously, to join me. That does not go unnoticed or underappreciated. Thank you so much. Dak, I'll start with you. Actually, we'll start with Jake. Jake, is there anything that you want to promote?
Be nice to each other.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. You're promoting words of kindness. I think that's beautiful. Dak,
It is.
is there anything you want to promote?
I mean, be kind. Be kind, be friendly. I mean, definitely I agree that is an important message, for sure. Other than that, I mean, I guess if anyone wants to hear or see any more of my random shenanigans, I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/DakFTW, playing lots of fun random games. Finishing off, we're actually right now just about done Kingdom Hearts 3 finally. We beat the game a couple streams ago. We're finishing the DLC sometime soon. Doing some Yu Yu Hakusho watch-alongs and Digimon. Just having a great time all around.
Love it. Follow Dak. Follow Jake. That's all I ask. They're beautiful people. And everybody watching, you guys are also wonderful. I seriously appreciate it. Without you guys watching, lurking, watching this back, I would not be able to do what I love. And I really, really do thank you for that. And I thank you for all the support. This has been the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Show, episode 12. Thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you have an amazing day.
Amazing day.
Take care,
day.
guys. Thank you. An amazing